In this lecture, we'll finish off part 2 of lighting and post-processing to improve the overall aesthetic of our game. Okay, let's get started. I'd like to add a bloom sort of glowing material to our lights as well as a point light to actually add to that ambiance. Let's actually go into any of our chunk prefabs. Let's see if we have this set up correctly. So chunks, and just open up any of our light posts. And because we dragged in this light hanging pole FBX model from our GDTV assets, it actually is its own prefab. So I'm hoping if we have this set up correctly, we can actually just add one light to our lamp and then just apply the prefab to this direct light itself. And then it will also apply to all of these different lamps. So yeah, it looks like actually they're all connected. So let's go ahead and add a point light to our lamp. So right-clicking our lamp, adding a light, and add a point lamp. We can just call it our light post point light. It's going to be a little bit hard to see the lighting actually inside of this isolated prefab mode because we can't see the post-processing, and some of the lighting effects aren't going to work as intended inside of this isolated prefab mode. So I'm going to make sure that this point light is applied to my prefab. Cool. I'm going to then exit back into my scene mode. And we should have that point light on all of our lamps now because we applied it to the prefab. I'm going to actually just take any of these chunks here. Let's drag in the one with 2 lamps directly into our scene. Just get that roughly in place so we can actually see each individual lamp. Yeah, I think that looks quite nice. Let's open that up, open up the model, and hopefully, yep, they've both got the point light. Cool, so let's go ahead and modify that. Probably something like a slightly subtle glowing orange to yellow, somewhere around there probably would look nice. Let's get that positioned roughly where I think it should be, so dragging that up. Cool, you can actually see here, I'm actually primarily looking over at our game view to see what that's actually going to aesthetically look like. Ramping up the intensity a bit, probably a bit too orange, maybe somewhere around there. And then just once again, shrinking our range down. I don't think we need it quite that big. Just something to a size of what we think the light post would actually look like in real life. Probably somewhere around there. Looking here, you can actually toggle it back off and on. Yeah, not bad, huh? And in our main scene view, is this going to actually let us apply it to this nested prefab? No, it doesn't look like it. So they don't both have this modified light. I think what we can actually do is go up to the entire light post, both prefab, and apply this to the prefab. And then with that applied to the entire prefab, we can actually go back into the prefab itself. We can actually see that only one light is actually shifted, this one on the right that we were actually modifying in our main scene view. Now that we've actually entered into the prefab itself, we can modify this nested prefab and apply it to the prefab, which will apply it to all the lamps. So with this lamp on the right selected, we can now actually apply that to all lamp prefabs. So clicking overrides and apply all to prefab variant parent. You can actually see this icon here that it's now applied to this light on the left as well now too. Let's head back into our scene view. Let's go ahead and hit play, just hit pause, and there you go. You can actually see these light icon gizmos over in our scene view. You can actually see that all of the chunks that have the lamp post prefab all have their point light positioned correctly. But I think we can take it one step further by adding some emissive material to each individual lamp post. So I'm actually going to bring back my chunk prefab. I think I can just hit Control Z. There you go, I've actually got that back. I'd like to add an emissive material to this lamp post. Well, for better or worse, you'd actually have to open a 3D modeling software to actually apply it to the skin directly and actually modify the mesh. So let's actually see if we can go about doing it in a slightly, albeit hacky way. Let's go into our light hanging pole over here on the left, create a 3D object, and I'm going to create a sphere. I think if we actually position this sphere correctly so that it's just barely overlapping from the inside of our lamp and then apply an emissive material to this little sphere, I think I should be able to achieve kind of the look I'm going for. So I really just want this sphere barely popping out from the center of the lamp on all 4 sides. You can kind of see that on all 4 sides, this sphere is just kind of poking its eyes out from the center of this lamp, probably somewhere around there. Let's go create an emissive material for this sphere. So popping into our Assets Material folder, let's go ahead and right-click and create a new material. We can just call this our Light Post Emissive Material. You can actually just drag this material on directly to the sphere. There you go, we've actually got this nice base default white material. I don't actually need to change the color of it really at all, but I do want to tick on this emission property. With that ticked on, we can now actually modify this HDR value. We can shift that all the way to the very top left to make it super bright, and then just increase the intensity, and I think we should have it glowing a bit. Yeah, there you go. We've actually got it immediately glowing in our scene over here on the right in our game view. So let's change this to actually kind of match this slightly off orange color. So probably somewhere around there. Looks pretty good. Ramp my intensity up just a little bit, and probably somewhere around there. Yeah, I think that actually looks quite nice. Let's make sure we apply that to the light post prefab. So same thing, we actually can't apply it to this nested prefab on our light post both. So let's navigate over to our light post both in our hierarchy, click the overrides button and apply this sphere that we've actually just created, click apply, go into the prefab itself. And now that we're in this prefab isolation mode, we can now click this right lamp post on the right, click overrides and apply all to prefab variant to get this sphere on all of our lamp posts. So apply, and there you go. We've now got it on the left as well. Let's navigate back to our scene, delete this light post both from our hierarchy. And now I think we should actually see the emissive material on all of our lamp posts. So let's go ahead and click play. Yeah, there you go. But I think it's a little bit too bright. Let's actually get a little bit of a better view, probably somewhere around there, and pause the game. And because it's just a material sitting in our assets folder, we can actually change these properties inside of play mode, and whatever values we change will persist. So scrolling back down, probably just ramp the emission down a little bit, probably just something a little bit more subtle, probably somewhere around there. So we can actually just modify the HDR value just a little bit, probably somewhere around 4 to 5, I think looks pretty good to me. If we need to modify it further, let's just click pause because I'm getting a little bit dizzy, go over to our global volume, and then we can also change these bloom intensity settings. So let's actually just ramp up our intensity a bit here. Yeah, I think this is actually giving a little bit more of the effect that I'm looking for. So I'm actually just going to ramp up my intensity really bright here on my bloom override, try toggling back to our actual material, close this down, and then just maybe actually bring this down a tad instead. I think that's more of the effect that I'm looking for. They look nice up close as well as off into the distance. I think I've got my point light just a little bit too low to the ground. It's a little bit too drastic shining on coins and apples. So I'm just going to go ahead and quickly pop into any of my chunk prefabs so I can modify that point light. Let's go into chunks, hop into a prefab, and then I'm just going to drag my point light up a little bit. So click any of them, drag this up just a tad, probably around there or so. Maybe I can actually drag it to the right a little bit as well. Maybe that'll give me a little bit better effect. Apply that to all the lamp posts. Click play one more time and kind of see how that looks. Now that we actually have the point light shifted in a little bit on each individual lamp, the coin and the apple doesn't look so distracting. Now that I've shown you how to modify a lot of those basic graphic settings inside of Unity, inside of this project, go ahead and spend some time working on the visuals of your game to get things looking the way that you like. Now we covered a lot of different topics, so here are half a dozen or so bullet points to help you remember where you can modify some of these settings. You can go into the global volume post-processing and change some of those overrides. You can also modify the PC_RP asset. You can modify some of the shadow properties for your game by modifying the directional lighting shadows drop down. If you'd like to add some fog in the distance, you'll want to open up the lighting tab, go into the environment tab, and then toggle on fog. To add to the overall ambience of the game, I've also added a few different point lights on both of our lamp posts and the back of our king's head. We've only really just begun to scratch the surface when it comes to updating your graphics with inside of Unity. So pause the video and take as much time on this as you would like. When you're satisfied with the overall aesthetic of how your game is looking, I'll see you back here shortly. Welcome back. I'm pretty satisfied with how mine looks, but I wanted to take you through the process of how I'm going to update mine before I just threw the challenge on top of you. Well done on this lecture. We just drastically improved the overall visuals of our game. I think the overall aesthetic of our game actually is starting to look quite professional. In just a couple short lectures, we actually went from where we were at before on the left all the way to where we're at now on the right. When you're ready to move on, I'll see you on the next one.